is a role model for Japan, Taiwan, and some of the Eastern countries. They are role model for others to emulate. In fact, just want to recall my stay. I was there in Japan for a year in 2003. I was staying in. I did my study. I was a visiting professor in Tokyo Institute of Technology. I was staying in city campus, and I had to commute daily in the morning as well as in the evening, about 1.5 hours in the train. So I used to, because it was a new experience, and I used to wonder about the discipline and the care which everyone, even if they have the smallest cold, everyone used to wear masks. Whether it is a age-old person or even a small kid. And also, always keep, while boarding or getting down from the train, always keep the social distance. This is way back in my experience in 2003 and later in 2013. So that is a kind of social discipline. Now everybody is insisting during COVID-19, physical distancing, wearing the masks, and also hand sanitization. So these are, everybody is insisting on all these things. But a country like Japan, which is a profound discipline and all these things, the impact of this COVID-19 is the least one. And another thing which I was impressed is by the innovative approach and the way, in fact, the concept of this mask, how this can be with small, very less expensive material, how a mask, which will be much more useful compared with our N95 as well as our surgical masks. So this is this reflects the innovative approach of our colleagues from Kyoto University. And in fact, again, I would like to recall a small experience during my stay in Japan. Me and my wife went to buy a small gift from a mall. And I was simply amazed when the person who was wrapping the gift, she was using a gift paper without wasting even single centimeter of the paper. She used to wrap that very nicely, innovative way of wrapping the gift without wasting even a small amount of the paper. I was still amazed. Even now, I was wondering, because I used to, in India and in many other places, when we go to buy articles, the wrapping material, many of these wrapping materials we are wasting. So in that kind of innovative way in which the gift paper is used to wrap a gift article, even without a small amount of paper, that kind of things, these are some of the things which I used to wonder and appreciate about the Japanese approach of things. And regarding this collaborators, Kyoto University, in fact, during my stay in 2003, I visited Kyoto University just for 2 days to visit a co-worker there. In fact, Kyoto, many of you know, this is the cultural capital of Japan, with its numerous Buddhist temples, Shinto shrines, palaces, and gardens. In fact, people say that the earlier emperor he used to stay in Japan. He used to stay in Kyoto. So the UNESCO, you all know well, this is they declared Kyoto as a World Heritage Site. So such a wonderful place. By the time when I visited that was winter time, it was very chill, and still recall my stay in Kyoto for a day. And my host took me many of these temples and historical sites of importance. And regarding Kyoto University, this is one of the best among the top 3 universities in Japan, and worldwide this is one of the best universities. And the quality of research and activities, this is really amazing. And as Sudhakar pointed out, we are trying to pick up in our own research culture and our own research quality. We are trying to catch up with some of the good universities in India. And another thing which I want to mention here is Kyoto, they also have Kyoto University. They also are part of a higher education network called Consortium of Universities in Kyoto. Another thing which I would like to recall here is in Kyoto, in addition to Japanese universities and colleges, they also have a Kyoto Consortium for Japanese Studies, which is a combination of about 14 American universities that sponsors a 2-semester academic program for undergraduates who wish to do advanced work in Japanese language and culture studies. So I would like to impress upon our colleagues from Kyoto that our place, which is we have a very strong cultural background. Tamil is one of the oldest language, and if some of you can help us to explore a kind of exchange exchange programs, both in cultural exchange in Japanese as well as Tamil studies, and also academic collaboration. If such kind of initiatives, just like the one which I have mentioned, Kyoto Consortium of Japanese Studies, this is part of a Stanford University initiative. So now we must study a lot of articles and a lot of effort by Tamil diaspora in the US. They are trying to create chairs in Harvard and other places for Tamil studies. So such kind of initiatives, if this is explored and if such initiatives were taking place between Kyoto and our university, this is a very, very welcome initiative. And I hope this program will take a step in this direction. And this is the program which is making our own masks with very simple materials, like a paper, a transparent sheet and a simple thread. This is a very simple way, and this is a nice replacement for some of the very expensive N95 as well as surgical masks. So this is a very nice, innovative idea, and I thank Dr. Sudhakar and all the speakers who are going to share their views on this. I once again welcome all of you for this program, and I wish a great success for this one-day event. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor, for nice information and also delivering valuable info for us. And thank you, Professor. Now I welcome Professor Ethan Sivanaya, the inventor of OYO mask, and now
sir, your voice is breaking.
Okay, I welcome Professor Ethan Sivanaya, who is the inventor of the OYO product, the mask. Okay, so that we need the product. Professor, please introduce the product. Please.
Thank you all very much for attending, and welcome from Japan, from Kyoto. I'd like to thank Professor Pichimani from Manumaniam University, and also I would like to thank the District Science Center from Tirunelveli. So I think it's Manakam. Manakam. Then thank you all for, I understand that this is the first time for us as well to make such a large scale discussion overseas in India, and we're very honored. I'd also like to thank Professor Ganesh Namasivayam. So Ganesh is really one of the bright stars of ISEMS, Kyoto University, and he's a very valuable bridge between the activity that goes on with the Indian community in Kyoto and also in the general Japanese area, and really the especially Tamil-speaking parts of India. He's famous, I think. So we're very honored by his star shining on us all. So now I think so. I was personally born in England, but my parents from Sri Lanka. So I also have a Tamil background. And although I don't speak Tamil very well, if my mother speaks to me, I understand anything she says. I don't know. That's but she always says anything my mother says, I can understand. But I don't know if you know that there's actually a very strong relationship between Tamil and the Japanese language. And there's also lots of controversy about whether the Japanese language had an influence from Tamil. So actually, I remember enough of my Tamil to remember the alphabet and the structure of the letters and the sounds, and it's actually very similar to the basic sound of the alphabet of the Japanese system. So as the Vice Chancellor was saying, we actually very welcome visitors and exchanges with India. The institute that both I and Professor Ganesh are in is one of the most international institutes inside Kyoto University. And we are recognized for making strong international ties. As I'm sure many of you who come to Japan know, the Japanese try to be international, but it's not always easy. But with the help of ICEMS in Kyoto University, we are making our department itself is the most international part of Kyoto University. And we strongly encourage people to come from overseas. And we create an environment where they do not have to worry too much about the language or the administration. Often, if you come to Japan as a foreigner, you have very strange rules about accommodation or the registration, but all of these kind of housekeeping issues are dealt with very efficiently. So it makes the activity of doing research much more normal. Often people will say, oh, I don't want to come to Japan because I have to worry about this or that, and research. But we try to make research the same as if you were doing research in India or in the States. Then one of the activities that we do a lot is to create satellite activities or satellite laboratories. And so we have a satellite laboratory in Taiwan, and a satellite laboratory in UCLA, and a satellite laboratory in Thailand now. And actually, our institute has got the most satellite laboratories. And so we're always looking for opportunities. And Ganesh would be a very good representative for this, I think, in India. So I hope we can talk more about that as well at some other point. So I'd like to share a small presentation, if I may. And I understand...
You can share screen.
Yeah. I think it would be this one. Okay. So could you see this? It's okay?
Yes, we
Yes.
can.
Yes.
Very briefly, my name is Eason Sivanaya. I'm a head of a research group. My background is I was born in England and educated in England. I came to Kyoto University about 7 years ago. Before that, I was head of a group in Cambridge, and that was where I graduated from. And in fact, Andrew, who's going to talk to you later, also graduated from Cambridge, and he also came to Kyoto at the same time as me. That's our group. Then our research group is really focused on issues of the environment. So we look at carbon capture and pollution, and we do very practical work. But we also write quite good papers, I think. Last year we had a Nature paper. 2 years before we had another Nature energy paper. So we tried to do a good balance between solid academic work and practical work for the society. And so one of the things that we have, this is an example of some of our research. This is actually Andrew was the main author for this paper. This is about making color. So you can see this beetle has color, but the color is not coming from ink. It's actually coming from structure. So if you look at the structure of the beetle's wing, it has a kind of lamella layered structure. So Andrew and his team were able to put together the similar structure synthetically. And so he was able to create this color without any pigment. And so this appeared in the journal Nature in 2019. And so this gives you an idea of the kind of pictures. This picture on the left is, so this picture here, it's 1 millimeter, just 1 millimeter. And there's no ink, it's all printed. And the image on the right, as you all know, is the Vermeer picture. And so it's basically the size of 3 lines on your finger. And there's no ink in this technology. And this is an idea of what we do in Kyoto University in our group is we try to be practical, not just fundamental. We try to, okay, this is interesting. How is it useful? So interesting and useful, not just interesting. That's the kind of balance we take. And so now we say, okay, it was interesting, but now is it useful? So we can use this technology for things like banknotes, you know, for security printing and for luxury goods or for passports. Usually on your banknote, you have some kind of way to make sure it's not a forgery. But that's the first application. The second application is actually in pigments. So as you may be aware, India and India and China, these are the main industries where people produce pigments. This is, in some way, it's a major economy for India and China. But on the other hand, for example, the Japanese, they do not produce ink. They used to, but they stopped. And the reason why they stopped producing this pigment is because it's bad for the river. So instead they import the ink from places, and in certain parts of China, for example, the regulations on the effluent in the water are not so good. So the local industry is able to take advantage of this to produce a lot of this ink. So that's good for the local industry, but it's not so good for the water. And eventually it becomes not so good for the people. So we are trying to introduce technology where you don't have to create this chemical ink, and you can do this kind of printing without so much toxic chemicals. And then the next scale up is to go to packaging. So packaging is one of now the biggest problems in the world, is that all of this packaging has some kind of color in it, and you can't recycle it, and people throw it away, and it ends up in the river, and then in the ocean, and then it goes into small, tiny pieces, and the fish eat it, and then it comes back into our bodies again. So we are addressing this. So this kind of social issues is what we try to put into a practical environment, and that's what we call UU, which is our kind of venture, which comes out of our research group. So as an example of our activities, this year for the pandemic, we were asked to provide masks, not face shields, but masks to Indonesia. And so I can show you this video. So the problem here is that all around the world, everybody is producing surgical masks, but after one day, you cannot use a surgical mask again because you can't wash it. You have to buy a new one. So the amount of plastic waste that is being produced by surgical masks now is huge. I think about 500 million surgical masks now are produced every day. And once they're used, they're thrown away, and there's no recycling. So one of the technologies we developed was a new material, which once you use it, you can just wash it in soap and then reuse it again. And that I'm sure it makes the mask companies very unhappy, but it probably helps the planet. And that's one of the main drivers for our work. So I would like to now introduce Andrew. So Andrew is the inventor of the face shield that you guys are all wearing. And so he's going to describe how this idea came to pass. So I'm going to stop sharing, Andrew.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I don't know when Ganesh is supposed to speak as well at some point. I don't know if
you can speak and then I'll speak.
Okay. So I'll just share.
So the people are interested in how to make the mask. They can't wait. They're very curious. Yeah.
Okay, so everyone can see my screen. Okay, is this visible to everyone? And can everyone hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess Danakam, everyone. That's a new phrase for me to say. So I'm going to introduce the UU face shield. This is a face shield that we developed kind of in the height of, there's a partial lockdown in university and we were restricted in what we could do. So we decided to turn our attention to, well, can we make PPE type things, like for example, the mask filters material. We also were turning to well, can we make face shields? Because this is also something that is maybe limited availability. And I don't know, I mean, me personally, I have a physics background, but I also like doing invention type stuff. And I have a 3D printer and, I like crafting things. So me and some of the other people in UU were trying to figure out, can we make a face shield that is uses, well, we had two aims. One was, can we make a face shield that you can make just by yourself with minimal equipment and materials? And the second condition was, can we make a face shield that we can then distribute easily to anywhere that needs it, like minimal material requirements and equipment requirements. So we not only can you make it easily, but it can be deployed anywhere in the world. So I'll just show, I mean, I see some people in the call are wearing the UU face, but I can just show a quick video. I don't know if the audio is coming through. I think I'll just share audio. Can people hear the video?
No, we can't. But we were able to hear Professor Eason's video, so maybe.
Okay. Do I want to? Oh, share computer sound. Okay. So that was just there's just some background music there, so I don't think that's important to repeat. But anyway, the idea is it's a face shield that you can just assemble just by yourself. So this is the finished face shield here. The materials. Oh, whoops, sorry. We tried to keep this as simple as possible. So you just need a hole punch, some scissors as your tools, and then the materials itself are just a clear plastic sheet, which it's hard to take a photo of, and some sort of elastic cord or shoelace also works well. We also have this template kind of paper that we've made. We have like a guide to help you know how to make it, which is available from the EU website.
Is everybody seeing your screen, Andrew? I think I'm seeing your face, not the screen.
Can everyone see my screen?
We were able to see the screen. So how about Professor Thakur? You'll be able to see?
Yes, you can see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can able to see the screen.
So everyone can see. Okay.
Yeah.
I hope. So where was I? Yeah. So we've made this this face shield design that we tried to make as simple as possible and as few materials as possible. And the other condition that we wanted to include was making it as environmentally friendly as possible, because we expect that with this is a plastic product, a plastic thing, and that if it's being distributed widely, then that could end up being a problem for the environment. And as Eason has showed, we have this. Our group is concerned about the effect that things have on the environment. So we also have made it so that it's just a single sheet of plastic that you can recycle at the end, or that in principle can be recycled at the end. So that's so the kind of main key points of the UU face are: one, it's low cost because just PET, just a sheet of PET, A4 sheet, and just an elastic band. That's all you need to a material cost. The accessible materials, again, PET or another clear plastic. We use PET because it's a relatively stable plastic. You can clean it, and it's pretty usable. It's a reusable design. It's reusable face shield. You can wash it. You can disinfect it with ethanol. You can wash it with detergent, and you can keep on using it. As I mentioned, we care about that the maskets, that the face shield itself is recyclable. So we've been. You can make. There's some things you can do for the face shield to do extra modifications, but that would sacrifice the recyclability. So we're not printing on the face shield material itself. It's an engaging activity. A lot of our early work on the UU face has been deploying it in schools and for children, because it's something that they can craft, and it's a kind of a classroom activity that is fun and engaging for kids to do. And they can decorate it, and it becomes kind of a creative exercise for children, and something kind of in what can people do during these times if they don't have access to personal protection equipment? Well, this is something that they can do to make it themselves. We have the IP for this design, but we are making it free to use for anyone who needs to use it for their own protection, or for and also any educational purposes, or basically, I mean, we're basically making it free to use for anyone who needs to use it who's not making it a huge scale. That's the point. And we are not, well, we don't have the ability to make it all ourselves. So one thing we are hoping to accomplish with this is that if we raise, as we raise funds for producing and distributing, that this will be actually sent to the local regions that we're working in, to make it locally, to source the materials locally, and to manufacture the UU face locally. So that's one of our interests, is to use this to promote some local manufacturing, promote local economic activity. So those are the main points about the UU face, like its kind of goals and objectives. We've been up until now, we've been deploying the UU face at a kind of small, medium scale to various places around the world, particularly schools or childcare centers. So this, for example, is an event we did in collaboration with VizTech in Thailand, with the PTT, which is the energy company there. So they arranged an event at a local school, and they showed children how to make the UU face. Can people hear this?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Funny enough, I can't hear it. So they arranged this event at a local primary school, and they were showing the kids how to make the UU face. This was the first event that was held for the UU face. So we learned a lot from this. In particular, we learned that the kids like to decorate the face shield. So this is where we were shown that the creative aspect and how to make this kind of a fun activity for children. So as you can see, they've decorated with stickers, and they're also drawing on their face shields. We've also held some events in Japan locally. We held an event at a local childcare center, and this was in front of, I think, around 20 children. So our group went in person, and we brought and we showed them how to assemble the UU face, and they all got to make it and decorate it. So it ended up being a fun event. I don't need to show all the videos, but I'll just give a kind of overview of the where we've been sending the UU face. One of the kind of highlights kind of partners we've had at the moment is the Cowrie Network. They are a charity aid network based in France, but they focus on aid projects for French-speaking countries in Africa. So we're currently working with them to get the UU face distributed within 5 countries in Africa within, well, basically as soon as possible. We're working on the logistics of actually sending and getting the correct funds for the project. But they recently just held some trial events for themselves in France. So they went to a couple of schools, and they showed children how to make the UU face. And again, some nice art designs being put on them. And we've also been just had some like local people we know just showing how to make the UU face in their own schools, or just making them at home. And we're encouraging people who are we're encouraging people who are making the UU face to try, send us back some videos, and show us show us their experience with making the UU face and getting their feedback. So we've been getting a lot of feedback from people about how to make it better, like things like different types of elastic, which types work best, and small things we can do to make it more comfortable or more convenient. And so we're constantly getting feedback from people around the world about how to make the UU face better. So it's an ever kind of evolving design. And we encourage people to, fix it, to change it as they need to, to suit their own personal comfort. And we've even had some students in India even who helped us make a safe voting video. So encouraging people to wear masks and face shields when they go out to vote for this recent election time. So that's kind of an overview of what we've been doing with the UU face up to now. And we have some big goals for it. We are aiming to have it deployed in places where we expect that maybe their personal protection equipment will be lacking. So, for example, migrant camps, places with high population density, schools, and places where children, places like churches and schools, and places where children, childcare places. And we're hoping to, we're aiming to raise funds for a lot of this activity by partnering with companies who want to sponsor this endeavor. So that's basically an overview of our activity. So I think Ganesh is going to speak now. Can speak now. But I think the next activity is going to be a workshop on making a mask. But just to kind of finally say, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and just show my own camera now. That at the moment we've been distributing the UU face as pre-cut templates that you can fold, and that's what we've been sending out. But we also make available a design template from our website that you can use. So if you can get access to clear plastic sheet, you can use this template to guide you on where you should draw and fold and cut the holes. And so this is a kind of template that I've been using recently to make my own ones, not using the laser cutter. So you don't need to have the pre-cut templates that we've been sending out to people. You can also make it yourself at home, just by downloading the design template from the website. So thank you for listening. I'm going to pass it off to Ganesh now.
Thank you, Andrew. I think most of the people are here to see how to make masks. So probably we should have that first, and then I speak later. How do you think, Lenin sir?
Yeah, yes, sir. Ganesh, sir,
Yeah.
that's correct.
Yeah.
I think now we can ask Kumar sir to demonstrate it first. Then the Lenin can do it.
Yeah, Lenin sir can
Yes, sir.
demonstrate.
Yes, sir. Very good afternoon to all. Sir, Kumar sir, official meeting he cannot come in.
Okay. Then you can start. You can start.
Yes, sir. I should thank Kyoto University, Professor Ishan Sivalaya, Dr. Ganesh Pandey, and Andrew Gibson for giving me the wonderful opportunity and bring the shield to India. And I should thank the Manama University to make the bridge between the Science Center and the Kyoto University for conducting international program. And now I'm going to show. Sir, is it audible now?
It's audible, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I have a template that your face already. You can see the holes and the lines are there. If you want to make this mask, it's a very, very simple. and we need only these two things. The one is the sheet, the transparent sheet. This is the thickness is almost double the thickness of OHP sheet, and you can you need a rope, elastic, no, that's enough. You can make this thermal mask. So I want to remember a sentence: think globally, act locally. So global thinking, Professor Eason Sivanaya thinking is now we are acting locally, and it will reach the, I think, the nook and corners. And the face mask is about less than 10 rupees we cannot buy at all. And this we can make less than that. I think so. And if you wearing the face mask, what will happen? See, missing.
Sir,
That can.
Your connection is a little bit interrupted. Yeah, please.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. Then, sir, what happened?
Hello.
Yeah,
connection got interrupted.
Is it okay now?
We can't see your video. Can only hear your voice.
You're stalled.
Yeah, now,
yeah,
now it's
okay.
Now it's okay.
Okay, sir. Yeah. I'll just start there. How to make this mask? There is all guidance are there, holes and screws are there. Just you have to fold like this. Okay. And again, there is a number. We can fold 1, 2, and 3. We can join it. And in the center, we have the flip. That just you press it upward, because this will help to fix in the forehead without hitting and without irritation. This will help to stay in the forehead. Again, the same way how we are folded, the same way we have to fold in the other corner. And this fold is enough. Then another thing, next way we are going to join this folding with the elastic rope. And this is the rope we are going to tie with that. Now what we are going to do is just we insert this and just pull it out. Leave it some amount of the elastic thread here, and another the number 3 is the here. You have to take this thread out. Then you go to the number 1, this ear type thing. Yeah. Now first part is over. What I'm going to do is here I'm going to put a knot here, because this will help, will not move this side and that side. Now we'll continue with this. The same way we are what we insert the first. Let me out. Lost, you put it and get it out. There. Now the face was almost complete. Now you can see the mask. So ready? Why I put the knot here? This actually will help. Will not move this side and that side. It will fit in. Now you see this flip will help to fix in the forehead. Okay. And now what I'm going to do that, this side, I'm going to put a knot that I'll tell you what purpose it is. Okay. And now we can wear like this. Before that, adjustable knot, I'm going to put that. You see. Actually, in traditional way, they'll put the knot. This type, I'm putting this. Yeah. Now we can directly wear this. Yeah. I think now the back side, I have put this knot. This is adjustable. You can tight it if you want, or you can leave it. Because if you don't get confused that which thread you are going to tight it, that's what I put the knot this side. So if you catch this knot, and you can either tight it or you can lose it. Now it is very comfortable for me. Now if you want, you can do it like this. And if you want, you can pull it down. And we can breathe easily, and I can see the face. But if you are wearing the surgical mask or any cloth mask, so if I'm seeing Dr. Eason Sivanaya or Dr. Ganesh Pandian, if I want to smile it, okay, and I can do, but he cannot notice that, right? And that smile we are missing actually. And this is, I think, to feel better. And if you walk or if you stand, or you can breathe easily, right? I think this is a nice product, protect us from the pandemic. Okay. And very nice. Thanks, sir. I think I did right thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Lenin, you did a really wonderful job. Do you have one more sheet and show them the benchmark? The benchmark, or not using that one. Have one more fresh sheet. Okay.
Yes,
Show how
yes,
the benchmarks are made. It's not visible. Keep on the table and yeah. Now it's okay.
Yes, sir. Yeah, there is a punch mark here.
Yeah, one by one. One by one. Show one by one. This is first mark, second mark, third mark, like that.
This is the first mark. Okay, number one, and the number is there. And this, we fold this. If you want to make a punch mark, you can do like this. Okay, here one punch mark, number one, and this is number two, and this is number three. Same way, other side you have to make.
Yeah. 1 minute. First to show all the marks, then come to the folding, because they should understand the mark, the benchmark pattern.
Okay, sir. Okay. Yeah, this is the template, and here you can see the number one, right? And number two is here. This is number three. The same way, the other side is number three, number two, and number one. Actually, we can make this punch hole by folding this. Instead of marking that, you can fold it and make single punch without any deviation. You can punch it here and this one, this triangle. You can now, I think you can see that, right? This is the whole one. So number one, and number two, and number three.
Yeah, fantastic.
Very nice.
Same way, the other side. Okay. Same way, the other side, the top, the corner. If you imagine this is a triangle, and this is the corner number one, you put number two here and number three. Okay. If you do like this, the 2 year type things is okay. Okay. Then the middle, you come to the middle and make a 3 hole up. and you mark like this. Actually, this is a flap type flip. This flip, the main use when you're wearing that mask near the forehead, actually this edge will not disturb us. Okay, the flip will actually set into that. If you want, lift up or lift down, we can easily lift up and lift down. Actually, when you are making the mask, you bend the flip the upward, not the downward, upward. So it is very comfortable. And other thing is, you need this elastic thread. Okay, and these type of threads are available in the some garments shop. You can get it. This is the elastic thread. You can get it. I think Andrew already shown the shoelace, better quality. Right, that also you can get it for time being. And another thing is, I think in the back side, and according your innovation, you can put anything, right? You can thread, you can put it a press button, and if you press it, it release, you can tighten it and leave it. I put it there a knot to adjust. You see that? Adjust and you can release it. So what do you have? Where I learned, actually, my father and grandfather, when you want to tie the cow, it is somewhere else, and you want to tie to take the milk, they'll put the thread. Actually, this type of knot. Okay, I learned in the childhood. I think it is very useful now.
Very nice, sir.
I never used it except this.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I think. As we use typical shoelace now.
We want to just identify when it is in the back side of the head. We don't know which thread you have to pull it and adjust. That's what I put it in the knot here. If you pull, this will get adjusted. That is the identification that I put the knot. And I leave behind you that all the participants that this technology you can do as your own, whether the press button or something else, or clip, the whatever way you want, whatever way you feel comfortable, the convenient and luxury, that you can do.
Yeah, any participants, we have any doubt now, you can clarify.
Yeah, please. I think please tell your question.
Yeah, any question, ஏதாவது உங்களுக்கு சந்தேகம் இருந்தா, ஏதாவது கன்ஃபியூஷன் இருந்தா கேளுங்க. இது வந்து இந்த டிரான்ஸ்பரன்சி ஷீட் நம்ம ஸ்டேஷனரியில கிடைக்குது.
ஆமா சார், இது வந்து அவங்க வந்து அதாவது டபுள் திக்னஸ் ஆஃப் OHP, அந்த எக்ஸ்ரே ஷீட்னு கேட்கலாம். டிரான்ஸ்பரண்ட் எக்ஸ்ரே type of sheets are available, but more or less than this quality, but it's okay.
அப்புறம் இந்த கார்மெண்ட் ஸ்டோர், இந்த நாடா இதெல்லாம் வாங்குற இடம் இருக்குல்ல, நாடா பட்டன் எல்லாம் வாங்குற இடத்துல இந்த இந்த எலாஸ்டிக் த்ரெட் கிடைக்குது. இது ஃபேஷன் நிறைய வெரைட்டில இருக்குது. உங்களுக்கு எது வேணுமோ அதை வாங்கிக்கலாம். ஆக்சுவலா நேத்து நான் இவரை பார்க்கும்போது இந்த டிரான்ஸ்பரண்ட் ஷீட் வந்து ஒன்னு வந்து 7 ரூபா வருது, இந்தியன் ரூபி 7 ரூபா வருது இந்த டிரான்ஸ்பரன்சி ஷீட். அப்புறம் அந்த த்ரெட் வந்து 2 ரூபா வருது. மொத்தம் 9 ரூபாயில யூ கேன் ஃபினிஷ் இட். So 7 rupee for the transparent material and 2 rupee for the rope. So total cost is 9 rupee. So anyone, if you want to produce and sell, you can produce. In a large scale you want to produce, the cost will be a little lower then, and then you can sell. It's a pandemic time. A lot of people are suffering to make money. If anyone want to do, you can do it. I think. Any question? ஏதாவது உங்களுக்கு புரியல ஏதாவதுன்னா கேளுங்க.
Hello.
ஆமா. மேடம் சொல்லுங்க.
Sir, can I put once again the knots?
Madam, your question was not clear. Can you say one more time? Or type your question.
Madam, உங்க லைன் வந்து not
clear. Sir, once again put the thread inside the hole, sir.
Madam, line not clear. Voice சரியா இல்ல.
So you want to insert the data once again in the hole, I think.
இன்னொரு தடவை போட்டு காமிக்க முடியுமா அப்படின்னு கேக்குறேன்.
Okay. Yeah.
It's very nice, sir.
We also have a. Can we maybe? We can
Once again, we want to put the yes, sir.
Yeah. I'll review that entire. That route everything. Then I can. Yes, sir. I'll do it.
Take one more sheet and do it.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Take one more sheet and do it.
The same sheet.
Thank you, sir.
I'll join it again.
Remove the thread and do it.
Yes.
We can share another video as well in the meantime. Shall we do that, Andrew?
Yes, please.
Okay. Andrew, do you have the video from the Facebook?
The one that is just in the chat now.
Yeah.
Yes, just a second.
So I just added a link in the chat. If there's a Facebook link in this chat, I just added, but we can share it. Andrew is going to share it, I think. You got it?
Yeah, I'm just going to share it now. I mean, is it necessary, or is it going to be repeated again live here?
You will do both. It's very quick. So we have a Facebook channel, and I sent the links to it, but this is.
Let's take a permanent marker and a 30cm ruler, and from the left corner, let's draw an approximately 9cm line. Let's do the same thing, the right corner as well. Once we've done that, let's draw another line that connects the diagonal to the top. It should form a triangle. Then, on the lines we've drawn, let's crease them. And let's fold those creases into triangles on the top. Once you're done with that, that will form the basic mask outline. Let's punch holes on the 3 corners of the triangle on both sides. And let's pass the shoelace through the top holes. Bring it through the second hole that's on the left, and through the third hole on the right. Repeat the same thing for the left side as well. Now once that's done, let's readjust the shoelace and make sure it's a bit tight, and then let's make a bow knot, and the UU face mask is done.
So
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
So, madam, you can see the, you can check with the video link also. Please do,
Yes. Yes. Please share the video link also, sir. Thank you.
Now in the chat, please check it. Thank you. Right.
Better to share the video link.
Yes, sir.
So we
Yes,
have shared we've shared video links in the chat and other links to the UU kind of social media stuff in the chat. I hope everyone can access the chat.
நம்ம chatல பாருங்க எல்லாருக்கும் chatல வந்து வீடியோ எல்லாமே இது லிங்க் அனுப்பிச்சிருக்காங்க. ஸோ நீங்க அதுல பாத்தீங்கன்னா எப்படி செய்யறது அப்படின்னு வீடியோவும் இருக்கும், அண்ட் என்னென்ன பண்ணிருக்காங்க அப்படிங்கிற வீடியோவும் இருக்கும். நீ பேசினதெல்லாம் அதுல இருக்கும். Okay, so maybe I'll just talk for a short time because and I'll talk in Tamil. ஏன்னா இப்போ எல்லாருமே பயங்கர டயர்டாக இருப்பீங்க அப்படின்னு நினைக்கிறேன். ஸோ Actually, first of all, I would like to thank Professor Eason and Professor Andrew, Dr. Andrew. The reason is because, like Professor Eason said, science, the level of science he does, Nature is probably the best paper. Nature publish பண்றது ரொம்ப பெரிய விஷயம் ஆக்சுவலா. எனக்கு இது வரைக்கும் நேச்சர் பேப்பர் இல்லை ஆக்சுவலா. So it's a very big thing. So a scientist who do that kind of big research, also try to cater that to the public is, that's amazing. And he did not put any royalty to this. So that is so kind of him, because he don't want to make money out of pandemic. In the pandemic la edukku idha vechi panam sambadikka vena அப்படிங்கிறது அவங்களோட இது. But it's an innovation from their side. So if you want to use this, please make sure to give the credit to OU. Although there is no royalty to that, will be very happy. Say for example, if you use this, just you have the link, OU link, and YouTube and Facebook and Twitter. Just take a picture and then share that to the page. Okay, we have done this here, we have done this here, and then you can, instead of, you need to call a mask, right? Mask is a very simple term. So instead of calling that as a mask, maybe you can call it as a OU mask. So, and this is, its innovation came from Japan. So you can always say that, okay, this is OU mask, OU face mask. That's the brand name basically. And this is just the beginning from them. Like, as you can see, they are trying to break all the problems into simple pieces, like particularly the global warming into simple pieces, and then they try to solve the problem. So that's what they're trying to do. And I thank everyone, and I'll just share my screen now. So I'll not take much time. So this is what we try to do. So I'm a biotechnologist. So what we try to do is, to cut the long story short, we use the language of the bacteria to switch on the good genes and switch off the bad genes. That's what we try to do. And so I would like to say here, like, virus, human genome is full of viruses. So virus is not something very new to the mankind. வைரஸ் அப்படின்னா நம்ம எல்லாம் ரொம்ப பெருசா நினைச்சிட்டு இருக்கோம். ஆக்சுவலா நான் ஒர்க் பண்றது மைட்டோகாண்ட்ரியா அப்படிங்கிற மைட்டோகாண்ட்ரியா itself is a bacteria internalized into our cell. So and our human genome பாடியில பாத்தீங்கன்னா 8% of the genome is made up of viruses. So probably இது புதுசா தெரியும் உங்களுக்கு ஒரு விஷயம். love feeling, எல்லாரும் everyone loves to be loved, right? And loves to love and loves to be loved. லவ்ங்கிற ஃபீலிங்கே there has been a study, ஒரு ஆய்வு முடிவு என்ன சொல்லியிருக்காங்கன்னா, லவ் அப்படிங்கிற ஃபீலிங்கே ஒரு வைரஸ் உடைய ஜீன் மூலமா தான் அது வந்துச்சு அப்படின்னு சொல்லியிருக்காங்க. எளிய அளவில், we don't know about humans, but at least you can read about, just Google love is a virus. There's a very nice article about the from the National Geographic Channel. So that is about that. So என்னுடைய பங்களிப்பு இங்க கொரோனா வைரஸ் இதுல என்னன்னா, யூஸ்வலா இப்ப கொரோனா வைரஸ் எப்படி கட்டுப்படுத்துறது அப்படிங்கிறதுக்கு ட்ரேசிங், ட்ரீட்மெண்ட், டெஸ்டிங் அப்படின்னு 3 லேயர்ஸ் இருக்கு. என்னுடைய ஆய்வகத்தில் என்னுடன் பணிபுரியும் டாக்டர் சுதாவியூ. So he is my postdoc. So he went to China for the holidays. அங்க போயிட்டு he told that they are using the CT scan for diagnosing யாருக்கு இருக்கு யாருக்கு இல்லைங்கிறத குயிக்கா பகுத்தாராயறதுக்கு they made a like artificial intelligence, machine learning மூலமா, அதாவது அந்த இமேஜ் வச்சே நம்ம இருக்குதா இல்லையான்னு கண்டுபிடிக்க முடியும். ஸோ அதை I collaborated with Professor Balasubramaniam from IIT Roorkee, and then we were able to use that for Tamil Nadu. And உங்களுக்கே தெரிஞ்சிருக்கும் நிறைய இது ஈவன் பாம்பேல மற்றும் தமிழ்நாட்டிலலாம் இந்த எக்ஸ்ரே வேன் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு இது வந்துச்சு. அது எங்களுடைய இதுதான். ஸோ நான் டிவிலையும் நிறைய வந்திருப்பேன், நீங்கள் பார்த்துருப்பீங்க இது ஆக்சுவலாக. ஸோ இப்போ எதுக்கு இந்த ஃபேஸ் ஷீல்ட், why now அப்படின்னா, ஓகே, கொரோனா வைரஸ் இஸ் ஜஸ்ட் அ பிகினிங். ஸோ இந்த டிபெட் கிளேசியர்லாம் மெல்ட் ஆகுது. ஸோ முன்னாடி சொன்னேன் இல்லையா, அதாவது கொரோனா வைரஸ் ஏன் இவ்வளோ டெட்லியாக இருக்குன்னா, திஸ் இஸ் த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டைம் COVID-19 இஸ் மீட்டிங் எ மேன். ஓகே, ஸோ வி ஆர் நாட் லேர்ன் டு லிவ் வித் இட். இப்போ காமன் கோல்டு ஒரு கொரோனா கைண்ட் ஆஃப் வைரஸ் தான், பட் இன்ஃப்ளூயன்ஸா கூட ஒரு RNA வைரஸ் தான். பட் வி லேர்ன் டு லிவ் வித் இட். ஸோ நம்ம பாடி பழகிட்டோம் நம்ம ஆக்சுவலா. பட் இது வர பழகாத வைரஸ் எல்லாம் வந்து நிறைய வந்து இதுக்கு மேல வர வாய்ப்பு இருக்கு. ப்ராப்ளி ஆல்ரெடி நோன் தட் சோ மெனி வைரஸஸ் ஆர் ஈவன் இன் சைனாலே வந்து புது புது வைரஸ்லாம் வந்து வரதுக்கான வாய்ப்பு இருக்கு அப்படிங்கிறதுனால ஸோ வி ஹாவ் டு டூ ப்ரொடெக்ட் அவர் செல்ஸ். நம்மளே நம்மளை பாதுகாத்துக்க வேண்டிய ஒரு சூழ்நிலை நம்ம இருக்கிறோம். ஸோ இந்த ஒரு விஷயத்துல தான் வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா வேற வேற லேயர்ஸ் இருக்கு. வேக்சின் அது நம்ம கையில இல்லை. ஓகே, வேக்சின் வந்துட்டு சயின்டிஸ்ட் லெவல், we are also working on some kind of drugs, so that will take some time. Social distancing is very very important. So அதை பத்தி நிறைய கேள்விப்பட்டிருப்பீங்க. I don't want to say. Of course awareness, இதனால என்ன பிரச்சனை வரும் அப்படிங்கிறதும் வந்து ரொம்ப முக்கியம். பட் இதுல எல்லாத்துலயும் ரொம்ப முக்கியம் அப்படின்னா மருந்து வந்து உங்களுக்கு எப்ப வேணும் அப்படின்னா வந்து வைரஸை நீங்க உள்வாங்கினீங்கன்னா தான். வைரஸை வந்து உள்வாங்காம நீங்க வந்து எப்படி இருக்கணும் அப்படிங்கிறதுக்கு இப்போ although என்னுடைய ஸ்பெஷாலிட்டி வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா I'm trying to make drugs to increase our immunity. அதான் வந்து நான் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேன் ஆக்சுவலா. பட் ப்ரொஃபசர் சிவனையா வந்து when he told this idea, இந்த மாதிரி நம்ம வந்து இது பண்ணலாம், he showed this idea. ஓகே, இந்த மாதிரி மாஸ்க் வச்சு நம்ம சிம்பிளா பண்ண முடியும் அவுட்ரீச் அப்படின்னு சொல்லும் போது he wanted to take this to India. Okay, so I want to start with my hometown. நான் திருநெல்வேலி தான், என்னுடைய சொந்த ஊர் திருநெல்வேலி. So I want to start this with my hometown. இது ஆல்ரெடி யூ கேன் சி உலக அளவில் வந்து எல்லாருமே பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கிறாங்க. ஸோ கூடிய விரைவில் வந்து நாங்கள் வேற ஒரு மாநிலத்துக்கு இதை கொண்டு போவோம். பட் ஆரம்பம் இங்க இருந்து இருக்கணுங்கிறது வந்து என்னுடைய இது அவா. ஸோ அதனால வந்து இதுல இருந்து ஆரம்பிச்சிருக்கிறோம். ஸோ பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இப்போ நாங்கள் வந்து இந்தியா ஜப்பான் வந்து இப்போ ரொம்ப க்ளோஸாக இருக்கு. ASHT அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஒரு ப்ரோக்ராம், ஸ்டெம் செல் இருக்கு இல்லையா, அதை பற்றி ஒரு ப்ரோக்ராம் வந்து ஒரு ப்ரொஃபசர் ஷின்யமனக்கு நோபல் லாரியட் அவர் இங்கே 2014 வந்தப்போ பிரைம் மினிஸ்டர் மோடி வந்து வந்திருந்தாருங்க. ஸோ அவர் வந்து ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ண ஒரு விஷயம். ப்ரொஃபசர் விஜயராகவன் அப்படிங்கிறவர் வந்து இங்கே எங்களுடைய இன்ஸ்டியூட் பேர் வந்து ICMS. அவர் இப்போதான் வந்து பிரின்சிபல் பிரைம் மினிஸ்டர் பிரதமருடைய முக்கிய ஆலோசகராக வந்து இருக்கார் அவர். ஸோ இப்போ நாங்கள் we are collaborating with IIT Roorkee, IIT Bombay and INCBS INSTEM for இந்த மாதிரி பயாலஜிக்கல் ஒர்க்கில். And Professor Sudhakar மூலமா வந்து we are also collaborating on his research. My lab, என்னுடைய lab வந்து work we are collaborating with them. So basically this is the point. So Prime Minister இங்க வந்திருந்தப்ப கூட வந்து we had a meet. So India அப்படிங்கிறது வந்து we have a genetic diversity. Okay, so அதனால வந்து இங்க பலதரப்பட்ட மக்கள் இருக்கிறதுனால இப்போ லெனின் சார் வந்து ரொம்ப அழகா வந்து ஒரு புது ஐடியா ஒன்று கொடுத்தாரு. இந்த மாஸ்கே வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா புது ஐடியா ஒன்று கொடுத்தாரு. அது மாதிரி வந்து ஜப்பான் அப்படிங்கிறது வந்து we are trying to give them the technology. ஸோ இதான் வந்து இப்போ பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கிறது எங்களுடைய ஒர்க்கு. ஸோ வைரஸ் அப்படிங்கிறது வந்து நம்ம கூட வந்து இப்போ இருக்குது, இனிமேலும் இருந்துட்டு இருக்கிற வாய்ப்பு இருக்கு. ஸோ ப்ளீஸ் நம்மளே தற்காத்துக்கலாம். UU ஃபேஸ் அப்படிங்கிறது வந்து இங்கே நான் கொண்டு வரதுல ரொம்ப பெருமைப்படுறேன். அண்ட் தேங்க்யூ வைஸ் சான்சலர் சார் ஃபார் அ வெரி கைண்ட் இன்ட்ரோடக்ஷன். அண்ட் of course we would love to collaborate with very old and very reputed university like Manami Sundar University. We are already doing that with Professor Sudhakar. We hope to extend that for a very meaningful program. And apologies, most of I think the main technical issue is because of me, of na schedule பண்ணியிருந்த வந்து யூனிவர்சிட்டி உடைய அந்த இது மூலமா ஷெட்யூல் பண்ணதுனால I think there are many authentication required for you to log in. Irrespective of that, we can still see many people joined. So thank you very much again, everyone, for this opportunity. Lenin sir and District Science Center and Professor Sudhakar, Vice Chancellor sir and Registrar sir, everyone, thank you so much for this time. Thank you.
Yeah, I think we are in last moment, and we have our registrar is a biologist, head of zoology department, and now also is in charge for registrar physician. He's a very nice researcher. He's working on various area, and now I call him to deliver the valedictory address. Before that, is there any questions from participants?
Sir, already there was a question about fogging, and the answer is going on. So, do you want to answer, Andrew?
Yeah, so there's a question in the chat about fogging, potential fogging. So I'm just also reading the chat right now. So there can be an issue with fogging depending on weather conditions and how you're wearing the face shield. Usually a way for addressing fogging is to apply some kind of coating, some sort of layer to the face shield. So for example, I suggested soap, like a soap or detergent layer, like a thin layer of that can help reduce fogging. A similar thing is done for if you're doing swimming with goggles, kind of that kind of technique. But I've seen some interesting suggestions in the chat about what else can be used, like potatoes. I didn't know that potatoes can be applied as anti-fogging coat. So that's interesting. I also mentioned that rub potato both inside and outside of the mask. Cool. I was also mentioning that there's plastics available, like you can buy plastic sheets that are anti-fogging by design, but for the interest of simplicity and accessing materials, and we are concerned about recyclability, we decided not to pursue that kind of material. But I think if you can access that kind of material and use it, then maybe that's that can also be done.
Yeah, thank you. Is there any question? Any other question, please?
Is it possible to meet the team in Japan? I think we'll be open to meeting people.
If you come to Japan, you can meet us any time. And if you want to meet us, I'll come sometime next year. But I think Andrew and Professor Izan, I think you should call them for some event or something like that.
We're open for visits.
We're open for visits, yes.
Yeah, shall we go to the last session, the valedictory? Shall we?
Yes, sir.
Ganesh, sir?
Yes, sir. If there are no questions, any question, any other simple question, like just one more question if you want to have, then we can go for the final session. Tamil kuda kekla nama, I think, no problem. Okay, sir. Right.
Yeah. Palasan sir?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. This is our registrar, Professor A. Palavesam, head of Zoology Department. Sir, I welcome you. Thank you.
Yeah, good afternoon, one and all present for this unique event, Make Your Own Mask, being organized by our director, Center for Business Incubation, Manamani Sundara University, and Professor Department of Biotechnology, Dr. Sudhakar, in association with Kyoto University, Japan, and also District Science Center of Tirunelveli. And first of all, as far as this event is concerned, it is a need of the hour. Before start my that is validity address, I wish to express our sincere gratitude to the personals who were responsible for conduct of this unique event. First of all, I would like to express our sincere gratitude to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Pichmani Sir, for granting permission for conduct of this successful event in our university in association with Kyoto University and also District Science Center. We express our sincere thanks, sir, and I also wish to express our gratitude and thanks to the personnel like there's Isan Sonai and Namaswayam Ganesh Pantian and Andrew Givons from Kyoto University, Japan, and also our district science personnel, SM Kumar, and also the Marin Lenin, and for their active participation, involvement for successful conduct of this unique event. But as far as this event is concerned, and now we are in the COVID-19 pandemic, and as such, there is no standard medicines are available. Now, throughout the world, the scientists are working towards identifying the vaccine development. This is the only way, and we can't be able to know then when it is going to be a successful one. And we wish that, and it should be happened in in a shorter duration so as to save our human life throughout the world. And what we are doing, and as far as the scenario is concerned, and US is the worst affected country, and followed by Brazil, and the India is in the third phase as far as there is a pandemic infection is concerned. And as far as the death is concerned, and up to date, that this in US, the death is nearly about 2.35 lakhs, and in Brazil, 1.62 lakhs, and India witnessed 1.24 lakhs. And more recent reports says that the study of Imperial College of London, and they reported that in every day 1 lakh people are being infected with this COVID-19. And it is in this scenario, and what we have to do, and this in the absence of proper medicine and also the vaccine, and we have to take some preventive measures. This in science we call it as that is the precautionary measures, and we have to wear the face cover and face mask, and we have to wash our hands frequently with soap as well as the alcohol-based that is hand rubs. And we have to adapt the social distance, and we should not touch our eye frequently. And these are all some of the things we have to adapt to get away from this pandemic 19. And one of the most important things is face mask as well as the face covering. And as well as a face mask is concerned, and we do have certain problems, and as rightly pointed out by this Ihsan Sonai, and by repeated using of this face mask and this efficiency and its that is sanitation, it will become the questionable one. It is not possible for us, and this common people cannot able to sanitize this mask in a perfect way for its repeated use. And I want to emphasize here is repeated use of mask is the questionable one, number one. Number two is the disposable of the used mask is also another problems we are facing. And there's a common people, they won't have the ideas of how they have to dispose this, how long they have to use this particular mask. That is also another problem. And another one is, and so when we are using the face mask close to our nose and mouth, and we are exposed to our own inhalation at a frequent for a longer duration, that itself is a disturbance for the own individual. So that's using the mask frequently for the longer duration. And due to that tiredness and also some internal physiological as well as metabolic changes can also be expected. And another one is nowadays, because of this heavy demand of this mask, everybody is starting from the petty shop, and from the very big that is medical shop, we are getting the mask, and they are using various fabrics for preparation and the preparation of mask. The efficiency of mask is a questionable one. There is no authenticity, and how the mask is efficient in controlling or preventing this COVID-19. And by considering all these problems of face mask, and now what we have demonstrated with the master brain of Ihsan Sonai, and this is one of the important things. This is a face covering. We are entirely covering the face, and we are preventing the attack of this COVID-19. And this is a very simple technique, and as pointed out by Lenin, and it is think globally and act locally, and is started from the master brain of Sonai, and it is reaching throughout the world, and now it is reached up to Tirunelveli. This is the southern tip of our Indian peninsula, and as Sudhakar sir also discussed with me, we have to propagate to the each and every part of this southern peninsula region, and we are also working out of it. And it is in this context, there's the effort made by this Kyoto University under the leadership of Ihsan Sevanai, and also our Director of Business Incubation Center, Dr. Sudhakar, in association with the district administration. And it is a need of the hour, and we have to take it in a bigger way to reach each and every common people. And users of this space cover this very close to the face. We can use it. I think that we can use it for a day or 2 or 3, and after that, and we can easily sanitize this instrument, because it is a rope and a thin sheet. And this idea is very good. I congratulate the Sonai, Ihsan Sonai for its wonderful idea and your intention to propagate and to reach this to all the parts of the country. And thank you for your consideration of MS University to take this technology to the various level of this society. And I think that once again, I thank all the team members of Kyoto University, Japan, and also the Science District Center for your earnest support in organizing this unique event under the blessings of our Honorable Vice Chancellor and under the leadership of our Director, Dr. Sudhakar. Once again, I submit our gratitude to all the personnel who are actively involved for the successful conduct of this unique event. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for listening, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anyone in this meeting, if you have any further assistance, how to make it, please contact me or visit our science center. We have model, and we will show you in person. So you can visit science center, or you can come to Department of Biotechnology. We have model. We will teach you. If you have any doubt, please contact us. And my phone number, if you want, you can. I'll type my phone number. Keep the phone number. If you need any help, please contact me.
Yeah. So also, if you use this mask, please take a picture and send it to any of the link you see, LinkedIn, Facebook, or YouTube. And please call it as UU face mask. Of course, there's no charge associated with this. You can do it for free, but please give us some credit, because the inventors need to be credited. Particularly Dr. Andrew Gibbons. I think he came up with this idea under the esteemed leadership of Professor Ihsan Sevanai, who took this and then wanted this to benefit to people. So that is very nice initiative. And so now is the time where everyone has to take care of themselves and then the others. So now, take care.
Yeah. Thank you, Ihsan Sevanai, sir. We have very nice waterfall and nice place in and around our university. And also we have very nice guest house. So I'll sponsor for your stay. Please visit us.
I'd be very happy.
We are very near to the Western Ghats.
Yeah.
I think you would have heard that. Yeah.
So here stay is very cheap, very nice, international quality guest house we have. Around 40 kilometers, there are many waterfalls, more than hundreds of waterfalls. Inside temperature is 15. Okay, but
Yeah, Professor Sudhakar, I think there's a connection issue.
Yes, sir. You always welcome, sir. We are very near to the Western Ghats. And very pleasant climate right now. And if you go towards the eastern side, you can see the seashore, that Tuticorin, Kanyakumari, the tip of India. That everything you can see and enjoy, and a very historical place. And he himself is a very good traveler, Dr. Sudhakar, and he'll take you a lot of adventurous. Everything is there, sir. Yeah, please do visit. Formally, on behalf of everybody, and I wish you to invite you, Mr. Andrew and Ihsan Sevanai. Please visit our site.
Yeah, I think also, if I could say one last comment. Thank you very much for your comments about think globally, act locally. And I think I can say another comment maybe is, you know, give a man a fish, he will eat for one day. Give a man a fishing rod, he will eat for life. Then I think we also live in Japan, and they have a lot of production and manufacturing. But one of the things we think is this is an idea. It is not a product. So as an idea, you can make an idea to grow wherever. If it's a product, you have to send it, and there's no reason for it to be a product. It can be an idea that you can use as somebody suggested. If somebody wants to make it and sell it and make money, good. We don't mind. We don't ask. I think ideas are not for sale. Products are for sale. And I hope that it can inspire some kind of creativity and kindness from the people who use the ideas.
Yes.
Yeah. So again, you know, I have some connectivity problems, so I couldn't clearly communicate. So we are very close to Western Ghats region. So visit us. There are many hundreds of waterfalls are there. Very nice, beautiful place. You can have a very great time in Tirunelveli. So visit us. We will take care of you.
I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you. Also for Andrew, you know, Andrew also, I invite Andrew, and please visit us, and we have very beautiful places to enjoy. You know, please visit Manonmaniam Sundaranayan University.
Yeah, Dr. Sudhar, he himself is a very good traveler, and he knows very historical places, and he will take many adventurous camp in the Western Ghats. Yes, sir. It actually is a master innovation, sir. Yeah, thanks, Sonia. It's a master innovation. Actually, actually, this pandemic teaches a lot. We learned a lot of things. Actually, what do you say? We commonly say the necessity is the mother of invention. I think the pandemic teaches the product this mask, and it connects us also one way.
Yeah.
From Japan to India.
Also, thank you, Professor Namachwaya and Ganesh Pandian, sir. So all was possible due to you and the ambassador of India. Actually, we can say, during your next visit, inform us a little bit early, and spend a couple of days in Tirunelveli. So you or Tirunelveli person, still you may not visit many places. Okay, so we can have good time here. So plan accordingly. You know, really will reduce your age. Such a places we have. India is really gifted in many ways, and we have some curse also is okay, but we have many gift. You know, that we have to enjoy really. Okay, yeah.
Thank you, sir.
So
Thanks,
all you know, I'm so happy today. You know, I'm part of the you know, training people today. You know, so thank you so much.
Yeah, sir. Thank you, sir. Actually, I wanted to start from Tirunelveli mainly because நான் இந்த ஊர் பையன், அதனால வந்து இங்க இருந்து ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுன்ட்டேன். So like Professor Sivanaya said, this is an idea, not a product. So but please have the name OU face and then spread it across. எவ்வளவுக்கு அளவு முடியுமோ அவ்வளவுக்கு அளவு please try to spread it across. முடிஞ்ச அளவுக்கு இது கொஞ்சம் இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் கிராண்டா வந்து பண்ணலாம். இன்னைக்கு most probably mainly because of me, sorry, I think முன்னாடியே நம்ம கொஞ்சம் பிளான் பண்ணியிருந்திருக்கலாம். என்னுடைய அந்த கியோட்டோ யூனிவர்சிட்டி ஜூம் அக்கௌண்ட் வந்து probably it needs more authentication for the people to enter. This is the first time I'm also organizing. So, but next time if there is something, we can do it in a very grand scale and try to spread the idea. That's my main intention. And thanks Science Center. I thought Science Center is the best place to do that. We're known for that. So
yeah,
thank you.
We can do.
Yeah,
we can do it.
We have NSS coordinator. He accepted to support us.
Okay.
So it means social service group. Okay.
Nice.
They are the students actually. They should support society. Okay, they would help society. That's their training actually.
Students are everything. Yeah, அவங்கள பிடிச்சீங்கன்னா I think they'll take it to places.
So he is governing around. Under him there are around 20,000 students are there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we can extend the same type of program, and if you such a date, okay, I can inform him, and we can a little bit in a broader way.
Through NSS we can reach the nook and corners. என்னென்ன வில்லேஜ்ல வந்து போறாங்களோ கேம்ப் போறாங்களோ there we can make it will spread like anything.
Okay, sir, that will be nice.
Now if you are busy, three professors are from Japan now. One person is enough. Either Ganesh Pandin or like Dr. Eason or like Andrew, anyone. If you are busy, I welcome you all three. But if you are really busy, just one person can show the face, and remaining we can take care.
Mm-hmm.
And
we need an international face.
Propagate the good information to all.
Yes.
And Andrew is our man then.
Yeah, anyone.
Internet or live? In reality, physically or internet?
Yes, sir. Please repeat. I couldn't understand.
Do you mean physically or by internet?
Internet. Not physically. Just show your face through the Zoom. You can show your face.
I think that we can, all three of us. I think we'd like to actually also. We believe Ganesh should become a superstar.
Okay.
He's a very good-looking young guy.
Yeah. Stylish.
We hope that he can become the superstar of India in Japan as well. So.
Yeah, joking, but yeah.
I wasn't joking. I was serious.
Yeah, the whole point is, not the person. Idea is more important. So a person gets boring. Idea don't get,
Yes.
We don't get bored with the idea and the content. So we'll be very happy definitely to.
Ganesh sir, actually, can we fix the next meeting on coming Wednesday, the same time?
I'm next week. I'm okay with next Wednesday.
The same time.
Let's ask Professor Sivanaya and Andrew.
I will arrange because the Zoom we have actually we should do it.
Okay.
The total capacity. Do it. The total capacity of participant around 500 can be joined. Okay, so we will do that. It will be easy then. This we have around 40 participants today. Okay, we expected 300. Okay, the problem is the product Zoom is different. Very different from Japan and India. So login not mandatory in India, but in Japan it's very important. So many people are afraid of it. To give their name and all, they're scared. Okay, so that many didn't come. So next meeting we will do it because the university already purchased good package. Okay, they promised me to support all those things, and so we can do it. So we will host the meeting. Then our people easily can come in. Okay, so we can do it. So next Wednesday. So I'll talk to the coordinator of NSS.
Next Friday. You mean?
Wednesday, he says. Sir, 1 week from now means next Friday or next Wednesday, sir?
Next Wednesday. Because all set, you have video. Only thing I required the shot. The first to take the sheet. We have to mark where to punch the hole, the second figure, then third the folding, and then threading, then wearing. Furniture shop, they used to give a small chart.